The tension in the courtroom was unbearable. Every seat was taken, reporters filled the aisles, and cameras flashed as the case that had gripped the nation was about to unfold. At the center of it all was Karoline Leavitt, standing tall, her eyes locked on the defendant, Damian Cross, a billionaire CEO notorious for crushing anyone who dared to oppose him. For years, Cross had manipulated the system, silencing whistleblowers and dodging legal consequences through backdoor deals. But this time, he had picked the wrong opponent. Karoline Leavitt had spent months gathering evidence, preparing every fact, every argument. Cross, however, remained smug, reclining in his chair as if he had already won. His legal team whispered among themselves, confident that money and power would once again tip the scales in their favor. The judge entered, calling for order.
My channel.
Miss Leavitt, he began, you have accused Mr. Cross of fraud, corruption, and intimidation. Do you have proof? A slow smile spread across Karoline Leavitt's face. Yes, Your Honor, she said, stepping forward. And by the time I'm done, no one in this room will doubt it. The courtroom fell silent. Cross's smirk faltered for the first time. Cross's lead attorney, a man known for destroying witnesses on the stand, stood up. Your Honor, this entire case is built on assumptions, he declared, his voice dripping with arrogance. Miss Leavitt has no solid evidence, just accusations meant to ruin my client's reputation. Karoline Leavitt didn't flinch. I expected you to say that, she said coolly. Which is why I brought more than accusations. She turned to the courtroom's large screen. Let's start with Exhibit A. A video began playing, security footage from one of Cross's warehouses. It showed his employees dumping toxic waste into a local river. Gasps rippled through the room. Cross's jaw tightened. His attorney, caught off guard, scrambled for a response. This proves nothing, he scoffed. It could be doctored. Karoline Leavitt raised an eyebrow. Let's continue, then. She clicked again. This time, a series of internal emails appeared on the screen, emails proving that Cross had ordered the cover-up personally. The courtroom erupted. The judge slammed his gavel. Order. Order in the court. Cross leaned forward, his expression turning icy. He had come in believing this would be another easy battle. But now, for the first time in his life, he was losing control. The billionaire's legal team scrambled, whispering furiously as Karoline Leavitt continued. These documents confirm that Mr. Cross not only ordered illegal dumping but also threatened government officials who tried to investigate. She turned toward Cross, her voice unwavering. Do you deny it? Cross clenched his fists. His attorney shot up. Objection. This is an attack on my client's character.
Subscribe to
The
my
judge
channel.
frowned. Overruled. The evidence stands. A murmur spread through the audience. Karoline Leavitt wasn't done. Your Honor, if I may, I have one more piece of evidence. The tension in the room thickened. She reached into her case and pulled out a single document. This, she said, placing it on the judge's desk, is a signed confession. From one of Mr. Cross's former executives, detailing exactly how he orchestrated this entire scheme. The judge picked up the document, scanning the pages. Cross's face drained of color. He recognized the signature at the bottom. It belonged to his most trusted associate, someone he had never expected to turn against him. Panic set in. Cross slammed his hand on the table. This is a setup, he roared. I demand a recess. The judge, now fully engaged in the case, eyed him sternly. You don't dictate the proceedings in my courtroom, Mr. Cross. Karoline Leavitt folded her arms. You've controlled people your whole life, she said. But not today. The audience murmured. Reporters typed furiously, broadcasting the downfall of a man who once seemed untouchable. The judge turned to Cross's attorney. Do you have anything to say in your client's defense? The lawyer wiped his forehead. Your Honor, we request a settlement. Cross whipped his head toward him. What?
Subscribe to my channel.
I'm not settling. But the damage was done. His team had already accepted defeat. The whispers in the courtroom grew louder. It wasn't just about this case anymore. People were realizing just how much power and corruption had been hidden in plain sight. The judge took a deep breath and turned toward Karoline Leavitt. Miss Leavitt, I believe you have more than proven your case. He looked at Cross, who now sat frozen, his empire collapsing before his eyes. Mr. Cross, your actions have harmed countless people. This court finds you guilty of corporate fraud, environmental crimes, and intimidation. Gasps filled the room. Reporters rushed out the door to break the news. Cross sat motionless, his face pale. His reign was over. As he was escorted out of the courtroom, Karoline Leavitt stood firm, victorious. But this wasn't just about one CEO. It was about proving that no one, no matter how rich or powerful, was above the law. As she stepped outside, a crowd had gathered, chanting her name. Cameras flashed. The moment had gone viral. She turned to face them, raising her voice above the noise. This is only the beginning, she said. No more corruption. No more silence. And with that, she walked away, leaving behind a shattered empire and a world forever changed. Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe and hit the bell icon, ****.